Today I'm going to tell you how you can track your addictions and not lose any progress. In this video I promise to teach you or tell you the following: the traditional method and why it doesn't work, the best working method, how to make sure that you don't lose progress, and the bonus. So the traditional method and why it doesn't work. The traditional method is just counting in streaks, and the longer we go, the more benefits. But when we reset streaks, we lose benefits. So this is just the traditional method which you hear almost everywhere, and you are probably also using it to track your addictions. And people tell you not to track in streaks, but you don't know any other way to track it. So you end up tracking your addictions in streaks, which and so here's such it doesn't make sense because you. But the thing is, you don't get benefits in streaks. You get benefits on the basis of how often you masturbate. So you get benefits on basis of how often you masturbated on how much. So the benefits which you will get from NoFap are not dependent on what's your current streak is. It is more dependent on how many times you masturbated in last 365 days. So that so the benefits just don't depend on how much on the streak. It depends on it depends on the frequency of it depends on the frequency, not on the streaks. So imagine uh, how it will feel if somebody told you that if you miss one day of the gym, you will lose all your progress. So this is the logic of streaks. Like is you are on your day 612, you are on your 612th day, you are looking good, and then you skip a day, you are day one, and you lose all your progress. This is the logic, and as you can see, it doesn't make any sense. So traditional method doesn't work, nor it makes sense. So let's see how you can track your progress. So the best working method is counting in nuts/specific time. For example, I netted 30 times last month. You can count days, weeks, and months. If you reach to a point where you have to count in year, because if you reach a point where you count in years, like 10 nuts a year, 5 nuts a year, then you don't have to count because at this point because at that point it's very the effects of the masturbation are very minimal. At that point the effects of the masturbation are very minimal, so you don't even worry, you don't even have to worry about that much. So this is the logic of of this fucking matter. The guy goes to gym 5 days a week, he missed a day, and he missed a day, he cut it off one rest day, he's still going to gym 5 days a week. He didn't lose any progress. I think that this makes proper sense. Missing one day doesn't make him lose any progress. So if you have recently discovered NoFap or negative of porn, then at least aim for 4 months to reach 100 a month. So most people just aim to just not masturbate, aim to just not masturbate anymore. And because of that, they don't make any progress. And because of that, they don't make any progress. In NoFap, see, 1 nut a month is like a golden point. Effects are much minimal, so you can reach that point, and you don't have to work on it that much. It won't affect anything. It won't affect much of it won't affect your life much negatively. So yes, that being said, yes, anyone can reach 1 nut a month in 4 months from now. Just by progressing daily. Here's how it looks. First month 20 nuts, second month 14 nuts, third month 9 nuts, 4 month 4 nuts, 5 month 1 or 2 nuts. Almost. So this is how you track your progress, and this is how you progress in reload. So now we know how to track your progress. Let's make sure we don't lose our progress. So we want our progress to look like this: 20, 14, 9, 4, 1. We don't want it to look like 20, 25, 21, 16, 17. So we want to make sure that we don't lose any progress. So now let's see how we can do that. So first must know the moment when we start turning back to masturbation. So we must first know that when our body starts gravitating back towards masturbation, and it's the moment when we start getting more sexual thoughts. I mean, not just sexual thoughts. Sexual thoughts are okay. It's the moment when we start getting more thoughts related to masturbation. So sexual thoughts and masturbation thoughts are different. So sexual thoughts are not bad, but masturbation thoughts are bad. I still get more sexual thoughts than most porn addicts, but they are just normal sexual thoughts. And so here's the difference between sexual thoughts and porn addict thoughts. The normal sexual thoughts are like, if I fuck her, my dick will rip her pussy apart. So this is an example of normal sexual thoughts. Porn addicts might not relate to it, but if you have experienced a moment where you were addicted to porn, you might relate to it a bit. You might relate to it, but if you are addicted to porn, you might relate to this thought. I wish I could see that ass a bit more. Most people can probably relate to this thought. So if you start getting thoughts more like this, then you are gravitating back towards masturbation. So whenever you get more of positive thoughts, start focusing more on important things like your work, stimulate yourself with something else. So when you start getting more sexual thoughts, more positive thoughts, then you have to start focusing more on work. First, start focusing on things you want to do. First, start focusing on things you want to achieve today, things you want to achieve tomorrow, and by next week. Focus on your goals. Focus on some work. Stimulate yourself with it, and just think about the work as much as you can. And slowly, you will stop getting, or the thoughts will reduce, and you won't get. And then you won't masturbate. Slowly the thoughts will reduce. Will reduce. But it will take a bit of practice to understand and learn how to stimulate to replace certain thoughts. But once you do, you will have more control over your addiction. So if you can control if you can if you learn to stimulate yourself with your work, then it will be very easy for you to control your addiction. So, for example, if you notice that you start getting, if you notice that you have started getting more positive thoughts, and you just start focusing on your work, and you successfully remove the thoughts, then you will not masturbate for like next few days. You will not masturbate for like a day or so at least. So now you essentially have more control over your addiction, but you need to have set realistic expectation for it. You can't just remove 100% of the positive thoughts. It will go away eventually with realistic expectation. So you have to expect how much reduction in your thoughts will come after you stimulate your brain after you stimulate your brain with your work. So for example, if you work for 2 hours, then your brain is stimulated by your work, and you can't remove 100% of the thoughts, and you can't remove 100% of the thoughts. Your thoughts will reduce by maybe 30% at max, and then I think your thoughts will be you will have so you, so you will have to set realistic expectation, and then eventually with realistic expectation your thoughts will reduce, and you must masturbate less often. So here's the bonus free book on foundation in description. Check it out. It will really help you, and it's also not very long. So if you have fucked up retention span, then don't worry, you will be able to read it in just one sitting. So I have delivered all my promises. Traditional method and why it doesn't work. Best working method. Make sure that you increase progress and a bonus. So consider subscribing if my video helped you, and see ya.